How y'all doing? Derby Jack here. It is Sunday evening. Forgive me, I'm not feeling too good, so anyway. I want to read this first part of Psalms 53. Because even though this is talking about Israel, and the time of David, it basically echoes the end times. And I'm going to read this because I want you to think about where you are in this. Okay. Psalm 53. The fool has said in his heart, there is no God. Corrupt are they, and have done abominable iniquity. There is none that doeth good. God looked down from heaven upon the children of men, to see if there were any that did understand, and that did seek God. Every one of them is gone back. They are altogether become filthy. There is none that doeth good. No, not one. If you have your own Bible, you need to read this. Just that part over and over and over again. Look at the world in which we live in. Inequity. We live in a world that people seek defilement. Riches. People seek those things that can be obtained if only they would seek God. But it's the added stuff also. I'm not talking riches. I'm talking to God. What you would call riches in the world, God calls, his promise. God calls his power. God calls his ability to make sure that you will live a more and abundant life. Now, in looking at what a more and abundant life means, and also looking at this, what this is talking about, it's talking about those people, the full, even Christians. There are those people who go to church, but deep down inside, because of the world in which they live in, because of their likeness in science and history and all these other little things, from the world's perspective, they get carried away. God doesn't seem to be enough to fill their heart. They have to fill it with other things, to bring in other things, to make God seem to be enough. So that would be the fool. Even a fool who's a Christian is a fool, who does not believe enough in God. And I do believe this also means that person. Not just a person that says there is no God. It's a person that says there is a God, but says that there is not enough power in the God that I serve. So basically what you're saying is God doesn't have the power enough to give you riches, to keep you well, to heal your wounds, to give you peace. See, that is a fool, because still in their heart, they say they know God, they say they love God, they say they go to church, and yet they fail in their lives because they do not believe enough in God. And here's the thing about being one of them type of Christians. The devil's always going to put those things in front of you that are going to make you feel wronged, ill, cheated. Because you say you're a Christian, and to keep you from truly being a born-again Christian, what Satan does is to keep you unsatisfied in your Christian walk, which is basically natural because you do not understand the spiritual. It's still up here and never reached here. But Derby, I've been going to church for 20 years. My brother was baptized in the same pool my brother. Doesn't matter. Do you know the Holy Spirit? Does the Holy Spirit reside in you? In you. I know he resides in me, but does he reside in you? So, let's go back to this part and read it again with all of what I just said in mind. The fool has said in his heart, there is no God. Corrupt are they, and have done abominable iniquity. There is none that have done good. So, you say you're a born-again Christian. You do not believe in God, which puts you on the outside of God, which makes you a liver of the world. That means that you are going to be more prone, because of the nature of your sin nature, which is grounded by what? The gravity of sin, which is always going to bring you back to the things of the world. Satan is very crafty. He makes nice things which are evil. He makes them look nice. He makes them look polished and wonderful. He brightens them up with a little light, even though they're corrupted by lies, tainted by deception, illed by dark motives. For there is nothing in Satan that is good. It is just make-believe. The magic of goodness. The good witch and the bad witch. The witch of light and the witch of darkness. The good ogre and the bad ogre. A good wolf and a bad wolf. Do you see? God looked down from heaven upon the children of men. I want you to understand this phrase. Upon the children of men. He's looking at generations. He's not looking at just one group of men. He's looking at generations. The children of men. That's why I say 23 is an echo into where we are now. The time is going to come. What is God going to see from earth? Is when he looks down. God looked down from heaven upon the children of men to see if there were any that did understand, that did seek him. To seek God. I seek God. I hope he sees me. Do you seek God? Do you hope he sees you? Through all of those around us who do not believe. If you're in a church and you do believe in God, if you were to be taken now, would you believe or think that you would be able to be taken by God? Would you believe it? Would you believe that you would go? because you are truly Christian. If you do not believe it, if you're not sure, then you may not have the Holy Spirit within you. And that is something that you're going to have to figure out between you and God. This isn't something that I can tell you. So, we'll say it again. We'll go back into this one more time, and I want you to think about this. The fool saith in his heart, there is no God. Corrupt are they that have done abominable iniquity. There is none that do good. God looked down from heaven upon the children of men to see if there were any that did understand and seek God. Every one of them is gone back. Listen to these words. Have gone back. So, what I'm saying, even to all of you who say you're born again, you do have the Holy Spirit. You did have the Holy Spirit, but you lost it because what? You went back to the world. I mean, this is explanatory. You don't need to, you can't pass through these words. God looked down from the men to see if there were any that did seek him, and every one of them have gone back. They've reversed their course. They have retreated backwards. So, meaning they are not walking with God at that time. They have retreated. They have gone back to the world in which they lived, in which they believed in which they trusted in. See, I'm a born-again believer. I'm a pure blood. I am doing everything that I can to stay what God made me to be. And I will do this until the end of my time, until the end of the earth, if be. Till I can no longer be able to resist. But at that time, I do believe that God knows my heart. See, this is where the heart is the most important thing. You could sit here and say, well, I've been this and I've been that as a Christian, and I've done this and I've done that as a Christian, and I've done this and I've been this, and I've helped this person and I helped that person. God has to read that in your heart. And if he reads that it's all about you and not about him, that you were the most important factor in those different situations and not him, that he was secondary, then guess what? You're screwed. That's all there is to it. So, are you a fool? Even though you go to church, are you a fool? Do you truly believe the power of God in your heart? I'm going above this. I'm going to go a little bit above. Not just believing in God. Do you believe in the power of God? Do you believe in the workings of God? Do you believe when it says here, in God? I'm just giving it a little bit more umph, because God has a lot of umph behind the word and behind the name. That capital G-O-D, there's a lot behind it. That capital G-O-D, it's got a lot of weight. That capital G-O-D has a lot of history behind it. And a history that we don't even know about and never probably ever could. But I'll tell you what, that G-O-D God has a lot of love. And if you don't know it, and if you don't ever receive it, that's on you, buddy, miss, ma'am, whatever. That's on you. I'm trying to refrain from the monkeyism. I'm going to go a little further. I'm going to try to give the humanity a little respect. It doesn't deserve it. because God's word says you don't deserve salvation, which means humanity does not definitely, in its own, deserve respect. It really doesn't. That because of a lot of weak-minded people, failing hearts, and those who say they believe and want to believe, and believe in the idea of believing in God, but really do not have the Holy Spirit within them, but wish they did, you need to start coming here and listen to the true gospel of God's word. Get out of your freaking church if you're still not sure whether you believe in God or not. I'm going to say that again. If you go to a church and you still do not sure in your heart that God is powerful and that God can do all the things that he says he can do, if you are in a church and you've been going there for that period of time, I would say leave, because you ain't learning shit. That minister is a weak piece of crap. And if he knows the word and he's keeping it from you, he's a heretic. Most of them are anyway. And if you go to a church where they just keep wanting you to give tithes, and you don't go to church, but you watch it on TV and you like them to give the tithe, and they're not opening a Bible, Osteen, okay, and they're not doing all that stuff. Why are you giving money to them? Did God say that you should give money to them? Hell no, God did not say that. The minister said that. Or the make-believe minister. Did he say it's okay to be a homosexual and go to church? And if he did, he's not talking for no God. If he said it's okay for you to chop off Johnny and put a couple of Mary Janes on your chest, I mean, if he says it's okay, he ain't no man of God. It's time to wake up, humanity. So once again, I'm going to read this after everything I said. The fool hath said in his heart that there is no God. Corrupt are they, and have done abominable iniquity. There is none that doeth good. God looked down from heaven upon the children of men to see if there were any that did understand, that did seek God. And every one of them had gone back. They are altogether become filthy. There is none that doeth good, no, not one. You better hope that God does not lump you in to no, not one. Echoes of the past are ringing loud in the present and will ring even louder in the future when the Lord, our Redeemer, comes back again. Derby Jack out. See you all on the other side.